Hello, everyone. Good morning. Um, I don't have my camera on today. Maybe we'll get it on. I just don't have it on right now. Looking at stuffs. Started a few minutes later than I usually like to. Things are already taken off. BBAR is already taking a nice little jump right there. Let's go see what's going on the Discord. Got some people in chat, but I don't want to broadcast um personal conversation. And yep, my brain stopped working. Pardon me. Hmm. GSAT? That's not one I've heard of. Global Star. Oh, this wasn't a call out, this was for charting. I'll add it to that list. I'm sorry guys, I'm still yawning. NBA that hit 11 bucks. Nice. Yesterday that was $8. I gave up on it. Didn't want to mess with it. When it was right in here. Probably. So maybe it's like 10 bucks. Oh. Well, guys, let's take another check of BBAI. Oh, hey, Vix. Ah, weather changing's giving me a sinus headache. I'll close at 113. I don't want to buy it there. Yeah, 180 was where I wanted to buy Oklo if I do. Yeah. Got a line at 193. So yeah, if I buy Oklo, I want to buy under 100. Sorry. If I buy Oklo, I want to buy under 100. Let's go one day for BBAI. This one I would have liked to have been in here. Yeah, you can still make money off of it. It's just less. Okay, BBAI is dipping now. Um, we'll see how far down she dips. Now we might be interested in it. We're just not buying BBAI at 740. We're not doing that. You can, if you want to. I wouldn't. Okay, we're down to 7, but let's look for more of a drop than that. Might not. Might try to go back up, but what's it doing? Mm, what are you doing? coming up, like I said you weren't gonna. Make me a liar. Always. Because 7 was all the dip I got there. I mean, this one could go, I don't know, maybe $9. Maybe. I'm not positive on that. I would check the dates. I haven't. Um, but I still don't want to buy it here. It's still too high for me based on things I know about the stock. I feel like it's too high. Not that I couldn't buy. Could. $706 to get it at 706 for 100 units. Oh, for our friend already in BBAI, congratulations. Go ahead and emote on their response, on their post. As you've made green on it, hopefully you hopped off. Of course, you know what you're doing. Well, rather than watch this thing go all the way up to 9 and not bid on it. Well, now that I say something about moving on to a different one, it starts to dip. Okay, we will watch it for a little bit longer. If I decide I don't want to bid on it, we'll move on. But I don't see the point in sitting here watching the stock go all the way up to, $9 if I'm not going to put any effort into trying to obtain some of those stocks at that price. just to go over what has happened today. You could have bought this stock for $6, 6.30, and made over $1 on it. And you could have done that well, you could have bought it there once and flipped it, or got it at 6.90 or 7 and still made profit on those. Looking at NAK and NBA. Ah, crap. Sorry, I had to step away for a second and it dipped. I still want to get in on this. Hey, trader. You and BBAI? Sorry for the hiccups. Okay, so it might be dipping in the way I'm interested. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting a little bit of fund fear. Is that a thing? Is that what we call it? I am really kicking myself for not jumping in right there. Uh, that had been such a sweet profit right there. Just for, 2 minutes of effort. AMD's percentage is changing, is fluctuating pretty quickly, so that one must be moving. It's still saying up 10%, but might be worth looking at. I'm watching this one though. Baby AI is what I'm looking at. Also, CMVM looks like it's moving pretty quickly too, so those two might be worth looking at. Like I'm looking at BBAI, so you can do that on your own time if you would like to. I don't know, guys. I may have to move over to paper trade in order for me to feel comfortable putting any money into anything right now. I got burnt last week, and it was only a few $100s, but it was really, really frustrating because it was all kinds of different reasons. Some of them were just, small mistakes. Some of them were technical difficulties, which really made me mad, actually. It's one thing when I make a dumb trade because I put money in where I shouldn't, or I didn't put a stop loss in, didn't put take profit, something stupid. But whenever it's like literally the system's just not letting me adjust my bids or do what I want with it within, what it's supposed to do, that really, really made me mad. And I did lose money on at least one or two trades like that, maybe more. Because sometimes I didn't even realize I was having these difficult, like these technical issues until like after. Till after the spike had already happened, the profit had already been made for whoever was able to make that profit, and I did not get in on it because I couldn't move my stuff. Something I also need to pay more attention to, and if you use Webull, maybe you should too. So when I move my stop loss, I need to make sure that I'm not accidentally moving it at the X because I have noticed when I do move my stop losses, sometimes they disappear. I don't know if that's an issue with Webull or if that's just an ID10 problem on my end. But uh, pay attention when you're moving stop losses on Webull because sometimes they just go bye-bye. There is apparently a way that you can set them up. Um, Here, I don't have any bids in yet, but okay. So that is this where we want to buy? Well, we don't want to buy at 728, that's for sure. Want to buy 100 units. To buy 100 units, I have to spend $700. I don't want to spend $700 right now. That's my issue. I don't like buying less than 100 units. It's kind of my goal when I'm picking a stock. And I don't want to spend $700 today. So it's struggle. Internal struggle. How bad can this burn me? This can burn me by at least $1. Fine. We'll just do paper because I'm not going to get it in this trade if I try to do regular funds. All right, let's go for it. We wanted, is it 717? We'll do 616. How many do we want? We want 100 because that's what we like to get, 100. And since it's paper, let's go too. Why not? Let's be crazy. Day trade, extended hours, simulated buy. Okay, so we got a simulated buy at 716. Now this point is pointing down on the 1 minutes. Could hit 711. Hey, where's my other line? Taper trading is different than regular trading. It's kind of like it. It gives you an idea, but it's not the same. I don't know if it's below it or what. The line was at 711 straight across, so I got it represented right here. It looks like 200 positions. We're continuing to dip. So this is might have been what might have happened to me earlier. So we're gonna try to see if we can get. Let's not be greedy. 728 out of it. Probably still a little greedy, but less greedy than 729 or 730 probably. So I want to sell that. Why did it? Ah, just grunting at it. Sell day, extended hours. So they were a regular trade. I had my stop loss down here, and then it would go, oh, 704 and kick me. But paper trade, I don't have that. And I've never spent time figuring out how to do a stop loss. I don't think that you can do a stop loss on paper trade. I think that's just for regular trades, but I could be incorrect. So if you know better, let me know. But yeah, so we're doing a paper trade because I'm getting fund fear. I'm gonna make an emote for that. Fund fear. Let me write that down. Fund fear emote. One day, I do have emotes that I want to add to stream, but I don't think I can add them yet. But one day, I'll be able to add a bunch of cool stuff. Okay, so we're here, it's dipping, maybe mistakes were made. Now keep in mind, I did put that in after 10:30, which is usually where I'm like, I don't want to be stuck in a trade. I'm going to be stuck in it all lunchtime. So I did do this outside of what I would prefer to do. So keep that in mind. Um, and it is now dipping. So what may be happening is people are losing a little bit of interest, getting ready for lunch, hopping off their computers for a little bit, you know, living their lives because stock traders have lives. It's not just stocks. But yeah, so this will probably take a dip. We probably bought it too high, which is why we did paper because I wasn't sure. Just wasn't sure on it. It's funny how you can just have a few bad days of trading and it just feels like you know nothing about stocks. But that's not true. You know, you've learned lessons. You just gotta get back out there. Keep trying. Hey, we're coming up a little bit. Like I said, the goal's 728, but this is paper trade. If I don't get out of this trade after, I'm not sure how long you can stay in these, but these do eventually kick. You don't keep them forever. So far I'm down 12, 18 bucks on this one because it's dipped down to 708. But like I said, we're on paper and we did that to get some trading in for the day, but also to save our funds because, yeah, I feel like a lot of people have had a few rough days, or a couple of, well, a few rough days on the market. Of course, somebody made bank on those days, I'm sure. If I'm losing money, somebody else is making it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna check and see if there's coffee. We got our trade set up. I would prefer to have a stop loss, but mm, paper trade don't get stop loss, guess. So this is how I'm just gonna play it. We're just hanging out, seeing what it is. I got half my coffee done. Just waiting for the other half of the coffee. I guess I can explain that. Not that it has anything, and not that it has anything to do with stocks. Um, so I like to put protein powder in my coffee because it makes it a little more filling and also adds flavor. So I don't like drinking my coffee black. I can, just don't like to. So I've got half of it set up. I actually set it up to where I could just have a cup of protein powder, and then whenever I drank half of it, I could just pour the coffee in there. But yep, nothing to do with stocks, but something that I do. And also, not all protein powder is mixed with coffee the same, so it's not a winner every time. Or milk for that matter. Sometimes they don't mix with the milk right either, which is kind of stupid. PBAI flag. Yeah, I'm in it. I'm in it, trader. I just wish it was cash. I just, didn't want to. Just didn't want to. I won't be on paper too long though. I'll get back to doing some regular trades. I know that you're gonna say, no, if you need to trade paper as long as you need to. And I don't need to trade paper. I'm just trading paper because I need to do something else. Or I'm just gonna keep watching the stocks go up and not put any money into it. Um, so I'll go over what's going on in this trade real quick, in case you weren't paying attention, or I guess I shouldn't say paying attention, in case you weren't here doing your own thing or whatever. So we got the 200 units at 716. Our goal is to sell it at 728, which it has hit several times today. We did it after 10:30, which is usually not what I like to do, but we did. So waiting on here is for it to pop off, hit that 128, and that's to be done with it. Retro. So I would have had my stop loss set at 704, which is what I had said earlier. Maybe, what is this? I might have set it to this point. Maybe. I've set it to 7. But the point is, I would already most likely be stop loss out of this trade right now. I'd have been stop lost out 30 bucks, and that'd have been how she went. But paper trade, no stop loss, so we're still in. I am curious as to how far this one's going to dip right now. Like I said, it's about that lunchtime. I'd say people are hopping off their computers, grabbing their lunch, and be back on in about an hour, maybe 30 minutes. Mm, not quite lost interest yet. EBI 7 flush. Okay, I think I see what you're talking about. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 high points. Is that what you mean? Just went below the whole number 7. Yeah, it dipped down to 6.99. Move out of the way. Well, 6.97. Yeah. I don't want to be in this trade for much longer, even if it is a paper. It's supposed to be a scalp, so I don't like staying in it for more than a few minutes. Typically dip buyers will wait until a flush happens on a stock, then moved up quick. Okay. May have been muted when I read that. I said ideally, I was reading the post. It said ideally it is best to see low 90 or yeah, low point 90 or mid point 80, then burst up afterwards. Um, yeah, I did see it hit the uh 80s and 90s earlier and then jumped up. I just should have gotten into a trade then, but I didn't. So then we switched over to paper because it was quite obvious that I wasn't going to do anything with it on regular cash. Not today, anyway. Look at 10 a.m. What happens? Uh, what happens? I hate that stupid little button. It's in the way of the. Mm, I'm gonna assume that's the end of the sentence. Yeah, so it dipped, and 10 comes back up, and wasn't quite as drastic right here, but it did do it. You know, it dipped, or it dipped, went up, dipped again, and then went the rest of the way up. So, all right, we're going up. Now I'm only out 16. And this is all paper, of course. Very hard to see. What you have is all faded out in gray, FYI. Well, I've tried to make some adjustments to it. The only thing I can think of is to do it on white mode, and if I do it on white mode, it's all going to be blown out and bright. So I can try to figure some other things out. But I have been struggling to find colors that actually show up on stream because green is black for some reason. And we dip again. And what does 2 minutes look like? I haven't looked at that in a minute. And the 5 minutes. Sorry. Okay, so now we might actually be able to get out of this trade. We're hoping for 728, but I mean, honestly, wouldn't have to make that. All right, guys. So this one it may go up higher. I just wanted out. I'd been in it for quite some time, and it continued to dip down here, and I continued to be low, be down 30, 40 bucks on it, which didn't make me happy. So we got out. It could dip again to make some money up, but hopefully for people who are already in the trade, I'm hoping that it goes up because I want my friends to do well too, my fellow traders in the group. Maybe I getting squeezy. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I got out of that trade. If it goes down again, I might hop back in, but I do see, I do agree that I might have been able to get like 729 to 739 out of this if I just stayed in the trade longer. Let's see, here it goes, continue up. So if I'd stayed in here, I'd be making money off of it still. But it's paper, so I don't actually get to keep it. I just get I get to gain the experience for doing the trade. Yeah, so we stuck out that trade. It went red on us, very red actually, and we stayed in until we made a little bit of green. And that's the goal. As long as you're making some green, you're making some progress. What time is it? 11:04. Oh, you guys, it's dipping now. I think that's me for stream today. I'll be in the Discord chatting with everyone and whatnot. Um, but yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Wait, no, stock market's open tomorrow, right? That's up in Solo, like, no, the last thing we have is Veterans Day. Okay, yep. So stock market's open tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. And I will see you all then. And I hope you all have a good one and make some green and lots of money and be happy. Alrighty. Have a good one. Bye.